If you flour your beef bourguignon, you have already lost.
I know every recipe tells you to do it, but in Michelin-star kitchens, we don't. Because we are not making stew, we are building sauce with flavor. Now, I love beef bourguignon. Actually, it's a bit of a lie. I love what beef bourguignon could be, because most of what I see out there is deeply disappointing. And today, I'm fixing beef bourguignon for you from the inside out. Now, I did not learn that dish at home. I did when I head chef for Marco Pierre White in London. His was easy and amazing. And today, I'll show it to you. And then I upgraded to that. Your beef bourguignon will be as good as Marco's, but let me first ask you something. Have you ever made beef bourguignon and ended up with a thin, winey gravy, or meat so dry and tough it tastes like sort of a bit of chewy sadness, or a really muddy, heavy, cloggy sauce that coats your gums and refuses to leave? If any of that sounds familiar, it's not because you're a bad cook, it's because somewhere along the way we were all taught the wrong priorities, and because of that we rarely ever taste greatness. Today you won't taste that either. Not because it isn't incredible, because beef bourguignon, like all great slow cooks, are always better the next day. And that matters. Later, I show you exactly why. That little bit of waiting changes everything.
This is just always gorgeous. This is always creamy.
Yeah.
Love that. Yep.
So now, I'm not French, but I have worked in several 2 and 3 Michelin-star kitchens, and I was once the youngest chef in the world to receive 18 out of 19 points at Go Mio. So I learned this dish not from nostalgia, but from repetition, correction, and failure, which brings us to the first confusion. Boeuf Bourguignon, beef bourguignon, comes from Burgundy, Burgundian red wines, mushrooms, earthy, deep, restrained. But here's the thing, there is almost an identical dish called Dope de Boeuf, beef bourguignon's rebellious cousin. Different wines, often spices, orange peel, cloves, sometimes even prawns, basically same soul, different accent. Today, we are leaning into Dope de Boeuf style bourguignon, and that choice changes everything. Which brings us to the biggest mistake of all, the cut of meat. Chuck, blade, skin, oyster plate, they're all fine. But if you watch closely in Michelin kitchens, you will always notice one cut appears again and again and again. Beef cheeks. Why? Because they're loaded with collagen, fine interwoven connective tissue that turns into silk during cooking. Lean cuts are the enemy because the fibers tighten, they dry out, and they never forgive you. So if you are asking, how long do I cook it? The answer is, there's no answer. It depends on the age of the animal, the breed, the life it lived. Charolais, Limousin, they take longer than an Angus cow. So the conclusion is simple. There is no fixed cooking time. The cow decides, as well as how large you cut the meat. Bigger is better, more juicy. Which leads directly to the next mistake, to marinate or not. Bourbecue said, don't marinate. And he was right, because wine oxidizes the meat, it dries it out, it mutes flavor, and adds unwanted gamey notes. So no marinating, we cook immediately. And that decision brings us to the most important step of any slow cook. So pot on, heat up, plenty of butter in, because I need the fat when I deglaze. Meat goes in, and now I do nothing, because this moment tests your nerves. I don't poke it, I don't move it, I don't panic. I brown it like a steak. One side, then the other. As dark as you dare, because this moment decides everything. This is the difference between great boiled beef in wine and a deep, clear, glossy sauce that tastes like patience. If water comes out of your meat, that's feedlot beef. Let it boil away, never discard it. That liquid is flavor. And if you're wondering why I haven't floured the meat, well, why would I? Flour blocks browning. You steam starch, not searing it. You end up roasting flour instead of the meat. Too much? Later on liquid plaster. Too little? Pointless. And the tiny flour particles keep sinking, and I end up with burning the pot. Deglazing floured meat is also next to impossible. It becomes a gluey, sticky situation, and the flour keeps sticking to the pot, keeps burning, and deglazing becomes never what it meant to be. That's why we will thicken later. There are better ways, much better ways. And just like the better thickeners, there are better beef bourguignons. But first, we need layers. Layers and layers of flavor, because this is the magic moment. Your sauce stops tasting flat. I deglaze with wine. I scrape the pot clean. I brown again. I deglaze again. 5 or 6 times, because that dark crust, that's pure flavor. If you remember one thing, then remember this. Flavor isn't added, flavor is extracted. Next diced vegetables go in. They release moisture, lift the fond, depth after depth after depth, then a touch of tomatoes, wine. Use a wine you'd happily drink, ideally the same grape variety you plan to serve with your beef bourguignon. If the wine is harsh or bitter, you cannot cook that away, then 2 bottles go into the pot and 1 bottle for the chef. Port wine for balancing the acidity, peppercorns, orange zest, it's juice, because it's dope. Time tied together so I can remove it cleanly. Sold now, not later, to avoid boring meat. And a bit of bitter chocolate for richness. Now bring it to the boil, cover it. Lower it to a lazy plip, not boiling. I often also cook it in the oven. And quantities and temperatures you have in a link below. We are melting. I need to stop here for a second, because if you switch this video off now, you still make a good beef bourguignon, but you will never make a great one, and this is the part that changes how you cook forever. Now, most recipes tell you how long to cook beef bourguignon, but none of them tells you what you're actually waiting for. Okay, here it is. Collagen melts at 65 to 70 degrees Celsius and then reforms into gelatin. Elastin, which is also present, doesn't melt, but it traps most of the gelatin inside the meat. The rest moves into the sauce and does wonderful things there. But here is the part most people miss. The meat isn't ready when it's soft, it's ready when gelatin begins oozing between the dried out meat fibers. That moment, that's everything. This is where chewy sadness dies. Too early and your meat feels soft, but eats dry. Too late and it collapses into fiber. And it's why what happens next matters so much. But first, we perfect the sauce. Here's where most people stop improving the dish, because it already tastes good. And good is the enemy of memorable. I remove the meat, I reduce the sauce. I could leave the vegetables in, but I want to impress, so I strain it. No, I want the cleanest tasting sauce, perfect for great wine. So, muslin cloth gets rid of all of that. But now it needs thickening, so I made a permanie. 1 part of soft butter, 1 part of flour, mixed to a paste. Add a little, dissolve, boil, taste. Do I need more, or is it enough? So, some cold butter at the end, which binds the sauce better than warm butter. I adjust salt and return the meat. Good today, perfect tomorrow. So, into the fridge overnight, This is crucial because as it cools, the meat reabsorbs the sauce. And with it, some of that gelatin, which makes the meat juicier, firmer, and better. When I reheat it, I make my garnish simultaneously. I never cook the garnish in the sauce because mushrooms go soggy, onions dissolve. Bacon flavors, they take over. So instead, I caramelize the shallots and a bit of butter. Covered for 5 minutes. Bacon next, 5 minutes longer. Then mushrooms and parsley at the end. Now, what do I serve it with? Mash, of course. But in my upgraded version, fondant potatoes. I'll show you that in a second. The mash, well, yes, I do have a video on that. But now the upgrade, the turning point. Because as great as this dish is, it simply wouldn't cut it anymore in today's Michelin-star restaurants. So instead of changing the recipe, I changed the form without betraying the dish. So my first craving was more meatiness, more texture. So I experimented. First I tried oxtail, but that was too similar to cheeks. So I thought, what about raw meat-like slices of a tenderloin? And how would I integrate that? And then it hit me. The cheeks were already perfect, so I thought I'd press the cheeks, weigh them down, and chill overnight. Perfect shape. I fried it again just before serving, so I ended up with a crispy outside, a silky inside. I coated it with some of the reduced red wine gravy. The raw beef slices I thought would be nice on the top, but they needed seasoning, so it wasn't good enough. So I turned the garnish into a seasoning. I deep fried some bacon, shallots, mushrooms, and blended it. Boeuf Bourguignon soil. Yeah, I actually surprised myself too. I think I might be onto something. And then I made some crispy parsley, which is easy. Plate, cling film. I oiled the leaves, microwave for 2 minutes. Perfect. Then Boeuf Bourguignon garnish around. But I also thought of swirls of foie gras. Now what do you think? Texture everywhere, flavor everywhere. And I still think it's balanced. So now the question becomes, classic Boeuf Bourguignon or refined? There's only one food critic I trust, my wife. Because Michelin inspectors don't live with you. So let's ask her and find out. So today we're gonna do beef burgundy. Or dope de boeuf really it is.
A what?
Dope de boeuf. It's a similar thing. So.
Dope de boeuf.
Dope de boeuf.
The boeuf has gone dopey.
Yeah.
Please explain.
Smoke too much stuff.
Okay. Great.
So, okay, so that's a classic.
Yep.
And then I tried to upgrade it. I'm not sure. I literally just plated it differently because you can't improve it, I reckon. So do you want to try that, and then you can try that, and then let us know if this is an upgrade or if it's just a waste of time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Either way, it's my dinner.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, here we go. Dive straight in. Take a bit of the dope de boeuf. I haven't heard of dope de boeuf.
That's right.
So I've got a bit of onion, potato, and mashed potato. I love my mashed potato. It's always so creamy, and the beef. Very tender.
Is it?
Yep. Tender, tasty, classic. I mean, I have had this quite a few times that you've made, and it's quite a rich but delicate sauce, and the beef is always very tender. And then you got the addition of the flavors, and this is just always gorgeous. It's just always creamy.
Yeah.
Love that. Yep.
So,
yep. I would finish the plate.
Yeah. So what do you give it out of 10?
8.
8?
Yeah.
That's all?
7 or 8.
7 or 8?
I'm a hard lady to please. Sorry. Always gonna leave room for improvement.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, that's the story of my life.
It's probably not my favourite dish anyway, so that's probably why I didn't give it more. So if it was my favourite dish, I'd probably give it 10.
Yeah.
But 8.
8.
Yes.
That's it.
Room for improvement. Eight's pretty high.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I should have said how much would you give that in terms of beef burgundy.
Okay.
So anyway, it's it. It's done.
9.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
My upgraded version.
Yeah. So you got some raw meat on the top.
Yes.
Well, that's already a 10 for me because I love raw meat.
Yeah.
I'm a bit biased.
To make it meatier, give it a different dimension.
And then you got the cooked meat underneath.
Yes, and I fried it up a bit. So
Fried it.
Yeah.
And this, what's this peeling?
Foie gras.
Oh wow! I love foie gras.
Yeah.
It's just looking a little bit more interesting.
Yeah.
That's a bit boring for me.
Well, it is what it is.
I shouldn't say that, should I?
No, you shouldn't.
No, I'm sorry. It's just, it's beef bourguignon, and it's a beautiful dish, and it's beef bourguignon. It's been around for a very long time. God, I'm sounding spoilt now. I'm sorry. Right, I'm just not going to say anything else because otherwise it's going to be like, what is she talking about? Okay, let's go in for this one. Oh, foie gras. Oh, yum. It's almost like I don't need to eat the meat, eat the potato with it as well.
Yeah.
I'm just going to. Let me try that again because the raw meat has a different dimension to all the flavors in your mouth. And then the foie gras, I love foie gras, so you can't really go wrong with that. I didn't put any potato on this one, so let me put potato on.
Yeah.
Interesting, you didn't do the mashed potato.
No, I sort of wanted to upgrade them too, or sort of make it more, fancier.
Now, I do prefer this because it's more interesting.
Is it?
Yes, I mean, I don't know if you should really challenge a classic, but it's me, I kind of know what that tastes like. It's got the delicate meat, you've got the onions, the mushrooms. It's a very simple dish. Simple? Well, as far as as far as how many flavors you have in it.
Yeah.
But this one, by comparison, is a little bit more complex.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to sort of.
So you have achieved that.
Have I?
Yes.
Great.
Yes. So for me, I'm like, oh, I'm interested in this dish.
So what was the winner?
Well, for me, because I'm hard to please and I can get bored easily, and this isn't my favourite dish of all dishes, I do like this one for a change.
Yeah?
Yes,
Good.
I do. I would actually argue to perhaps have the mashed potato with this one, just because your creamy mashed potato is so good. And that generally goes with beef bourguignon, doesn't it?
Yes, that's a classic.
So I'd probably stick with that. Yeah. So
all right.
I'm just going in for a bit of...
Next time we get it right then.
That one on there.
All right, great.
But for something different.
So check out my video on mashed potatoes, and I hope you have a great winter classic there.
Except it's summer today.
Well, it depends where in the world you are, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah. Yes.
So
popular dish which has been around for a long time. So sometimes it's nice, isn't it?
I don't know.
It's a classic, so it must have been. I mean, I've had it quite a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is not going well at all. I'm sounding so spoiled.
Yeah.